your mic. Geshe Gelek is here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good morning. Please have a seat. Oh, yeah. Samula, please the praise to Shakyamuni Buddha. Everybody has the copy. Praise to Shakyamuni Buddha.
Venerable Lamo has it to share.
Oh, no.
Guru, teacher, Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, perfect in knowledge and good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of beings to be subdued, teacher of gods and humans, to you, Buddha, Bhagavan, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. Guru, teacher, Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, perfect in knowledge and good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of beings to be subdued, teacher of gods and humans, to you, Buddha, Bhagavan, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. Guru, teacher, Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, perfect in knowledge and good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of beings to be subdued, teacher of gods and humans, to you, Buddha, Bhagavan, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When supreme amongst humans, you were born on this earth. You paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise then, I prostrate. With pure bodies formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Savior, to you, I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. Savior having great compassion, the teacher having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Do not commit any unwholesome actions. Engage in perfect wholesome actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a defective view, a butter lamp flame, an illusion, a dewdrop, a water bubble, a dream, lightning, a cloud, see all causative phenomena like this. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death.
A little bit like about the Lhabab Duchen, so that means like Shakyamuni Buddha coming back to the earth from the 37 realms, 33 realms of celestials, 33 celestial realms, which is within the desire realms, within the desire realms. Shakyamuni Buddha went there to almost like, I think 40 days, did their rainy season retreat in the 33 celestial realms, within the desire realms, to help mainly for his mother who was born there, Shakyamuni Buddha's mother. Mahadevi, Jumalanze, or Mahadevi, was born there, so mainly to help her and those who has like the merit to be liberated from the Buddha's teachings, all these celestial beings together with mainly for her mother, and there like did with Shariputra, one of the Buddha's main disciples, went with Shakyamuni Buddha there, so they did the rainy season retreat, then keep teaching to them. So then in the world, there are like Mongoliana, there's another disciple, Mongoliana, so was also leading the rainy season retreat in the human realms, probably that time, like somewhere in India. So then there are many like number of kings came to Mongoliana and like asked where the Shakyamuni Buddha was, because they haven't seen him like quite a long time, haven't heard any teachings from him. So they are probably kind of like missing Shakyamuni Buddhas, being around with the Shakyamuni Buddhas. So then asked Mongoliana, so if he knows like where he went. So then Mongoliana said, Shakyamuni Buddha went to the 33 realms, celestial realms, to probably teach. So then asked them when he will come back. So then they went back. So then after like few times, like quite times passed away. So then they came again, request, would you mind to probably go? Request Shakyamuni Buddha, they we human very much miss being around him and also receiving the teachings. So Mongolian went again. So then the Buddha said, okay, after 1 week, I will come down. So then Buddha came down. So then like Indra, one of the king, Burma, there's another one, probably they rule. I think Indra rules like 33 realm, celestial realm. Then like Burma, or like Brahman also rules there. So anyway, so both of them came down. So the Shakyamuni Buddha came. So then since then, so that's like become the special holidays for the Buddhist people. So they try to do a lot of like practice and in Tibet, so the people every day today, or maybe like not today, or maybe a few days before, so they painted all their house the white color. So they also painted on the rock, on the mountains, something white. So to celebrate that special event, okay? Just want to share that with you, a little bit history. Huh? So then today what we're going to do, Yeah, so do the refuge practice as a Buddhist, so there's like taking refuge is the first step entering into Buddha's path, taking refuge. So that's where we're going to start, taking refuge. Visualize that your environment is not something like messy or something like that. Visualize your environment is very beautiful, beautiful one. So the actual refuge starts, like cleaning the environment, whether there's dust or no dust, so you need to, one should clean the environment. It's not whether there's dust or no dust. Clean, so then whatever like the holy object that you have, put them on altar. So if you already had already placed on the altar, so then you don't need to rearrange. You just So that's also good if you already have holy object on your altar. So that's good. So then like whatever like offerings that based on your resource that you have, whatever offering that you can offer, so then offer them, and that offering needs to be has to come from pure mind and pure like materials. Materials, not there's no like steal from somebody else, or material has to be free from negativities. Also the motivation also needs to be very clean, very pure. Okay. So then you either sit down comfortably, following the 8 sitting positions of Buddha Vairochana, or 7 sitting positions. So if you are if you are not able to follow that sitting positions, then you can sit down whatever makes you comfortable. You sit down, comfortably sit down. So then, with the virtuous mind, with the positive mind, with the positive mindset, with the virtuous mind, positive mindset. So space before you, the distance is your body length, height is your height of that visualization. Should be close to your forehead or third eye, that height. Visualize a beautiful throne made out of precious jewel. If you are familiar with the Tibetan, design throne, which has each side has 2 snow lines, and it's all built with the precious jewels. If that's possible, if you are familiar with the Tibetan traditional looking throne, you can visualize that. Top of that, there's a beautiful lotus, not small, like beautiful one. You can visualize color according to the lotus flower. Whatever lotus flower you are familiar, you can visualize that beautiful one. Top of that, you visualize white circle, which symbolize mundis. On top of that, then you can visualize yellow circle, which symbolize scientists. On top of that, you visualize Shakyamuni Buddha. In reality, it's your Lama, but it appears as a Shakyamuni Buddha. Golden color, with the Unisha. One face, two arms. Right hand, earth touching hand gestures, which symbolize controlling four maras. Left hand, meditative positions, holding a bowl, dark color looking bowl, which contains Amrita or nectars. Wearing a robe, orange color robe. And had all the enlightened qualities, physical qualities, 32 sign, 84 marks, all of them is there. Form of, not something solid, form of light. Sitting on throne with Vajra cross, or full Vajra cross, the leg full Vajra cross. Sitting inside the aura around the body. Right side, all the performed lineage lamas begin with the Maitreya Buddha, Arya Asanga, Shantideva, so on and so forth. Left side, performed lineage, Manjushri, Nagarjuna, so on and so forth. Behind all the lineage Lama whom you receive the blessings. In front, all the Lamas whom you receive teachings. That completes the five, visualizing 5 set of Lamas. That's complete that. So then around all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattva, Dhaka, Dakini, Dharma protector, just visualize all of them there. In front of them, there's the beautiful tables. On top of the tables, all the teaching taught by them, form of light. And looking at you very delightfully, looking at you with very delightfully looking at you. From your side, remembering the qualities of your teacher and enlightened beings, and with the strong devotions, not just you on your right side, begin with your this life father and all the male figure on the right side, sitting right next to you, right side. left side, start with the mother, this like mother, then all the female figure. Behind, all the relatives, sibling, relatives, distant, close relative, distant relative. In front, strangers, enemies, that we label strangers, enemies, all of them there. Together with all the sentient beings. In reality, if they're like animals, they're animals. In this case, for particular reasons, for special reasons, they all appear as a human form. They all appear as a human. So we all experience, general samsara difficulties such as no certainties, no satisfactions, losing body again and again, taking rebirth again and again. Sometimes be born in the higher realm, sometimes be born in lower realm, physically going up and down, mentally going up and down, and having even this body also cause so much difficulties. That's experiencing general samsaric difficulties, particularly difficulty of the lower realms, such as like in the lower hell realm, there's no like suffering of difficulties of heat and cold, hungry ghost realm, hunger, animal realms, not much ability to learn. In the human realms, difficulty of rebirth, aging, sicknesses, death. Losing close one, encountering undesirable objects, not able to find what you want, feeling of loneliness, difficulty of demigod realms, jealousy, difficulty of celestial realms, pain, dying, pain of knowing where you're going to be born, all of that. So now that covers the entire samsara, from desire realm all the way up to the tip of formless realm. No matter where you be born, there will be no difficulties. Experience their difficulties multiple times, still experiencing now, probably going to experience in the future. Fortunately, very fortunately, this time that you happen to be human, that you have precious human life, so difficult to find, so meaningful, easy to lose. Not just that, then has opportunity to meet Buddha Dharma specialists, Lama Tsongkhapa teachings, which has potentials to help you to get enlightened within 12 year or 12 year, and especially 3 years and 3 months that Lama Tsongkhapa is teaching his ability to help you to get enlightened. So met with that kind of teachings is so fortunate. So this is the opportunities you to completely liberate from all the difficulty that I just mentioned. General difficulty of samsara, the particular difficulty of the 6 realms I mentioned. This is the opportunity that you can start. You can start the process for your liberations. Not just that, and help all the being that you visualize, your right side, left side, your back side, in front, help all of them to liberate from these difficulties for good. So these difficulties are not going to exhaust simply by experiencing them again and again. That's not how they exhaust. That's not the way to stop them. Only way to overcome them is to liberate yourself. Now you realize that Buddha Dharma Sangha has the ability to help you to liberate yourself, and all the beings that you visualize around you has the ability to help you to liberate all of them. So all this object that you just visualize on this beautiful throne space before you, those has the power to help you to liberate. So now deep down from your heart, not just mumble the word, deep down from your heart with strong feeling. That you want to get, you want to achieve enlightenment quickly as possible to help yourself, to help all the beings that you visualize around you. So with that kind of intention or motivation, then you take refuge. Okay, then we all say this longer version of refuge, 7 times. 7 times. So then Alhamdulillah will lead this 7 times with your heart, not just simply mumble the word. And that means like be there when we say refuge, this longer version of refuge, saying the refuge prayer. So then simultaneously to be there physically, mentally, verbally means thinking about the meaning. Okay, 7 times. In English, Alhamdulillah, you can say in English.
I and all sentient beings as vast as space, from now until we reach the essence of supreme enlightenment, go for refuge to the glorious pure lamas. Go for refuge to the glorious pure lamas. Go for refuge to the glorious pure lamas. Go for refuge to the glorious pure lamas.
Yes, go Alhamdulillah. So maybe you say like all of them, or not just one, but all of them 7 times altogether.
Go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones. Go for refuge to the pure Dharma. Go for refuge to the superior Sangha. Go for refuge to the glorious pure Lamas. Go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones. Go for refuge to the pure Dharma. Go for refuge to the superior Sangha. Go for refuge to the glorious pure Lamas. Go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones. Go for refuge to the pure Dharma. Go for refuge to the superior Sangha. Go for refuge to the glorious pure Lamas. Go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones. Go for refuge to the pure Dharma. Go for refuge to the superior Sangha. Go for refuge to the glorious pure Lamas. Go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones. Go for refuge to the pure Dharma. Go for refuge to the superior Sangha. Go for refuge to the glorious pure lamas. Go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones. Go for refuge to the pure Dharma. Go for refuge to the superior Sangha. Go for refuge to the glorious pure lamas. Go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones. Go for refuge to the pure Dharma. Go for refuge to the superior Sangha. Do you want to do the short one also?
Just wait 1 second. So now deep down from your heart, you visualize this 5-colored nectar beams flows from Shakyamuni Buddha's body, appear as Shakyamuni Buddha, but by reality, there's your Guru. 5-colored nectar beams comes from the Shakyamuni Buddha's body, dissolve into your body, spirit, mind, and together simultaneously dissolve into body, spirit, mind, all the beings that you have been visualizing, the right side, left side, back side, in front. Completely purify all unwholesome deeds, completely purify with their seed and together with their tendency, completely purify, particularly any negative karma that is associated with the Buddha Dhammas, Lama, Buddha Dhamma, Sangha, also completely purified with their tendencies. Five-color nectar beams come from Shakyamuni Buddha's body, dissolve into your body, spirit, and mind, simultaneously dissolve into body, spirit, and mind, all the things that you've been visualized around you, completely purify unwholesome deed of body, speech, mind with the tendencies, particularly any unwholesome deed associated with the Lama, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, completely purified with their tendencies. Then receive all the blessings of body, spirit, and mind. Receive all the blessing of body, spirit, and mind. Now you are focusing on your future Buddha Dharma Sangha. Wanting to achieve that your future Buddha Dharma Sangha in order to benefit all mother sentient beings. There's Maya and the refuge, so then after that generating bodhicitta. So keep that in mind, so then we recite this for immeasurable, for not the the 4-line refuge, recite 7 times.
I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merits I create through listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merits I create through listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merits I create through listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merits I create through listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merits I create through listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merits I create through listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings.
So now, replica of Guru Buddha, imitate from the Guru Buddha's body, dissolve into your body, and instantaneously you yourself become Guru Buddha. Then light emerges from your body. Minute that light touch all the beings that have been visualized around you, instantaneously all of them achieve full enlightenment. A replica of Guru Buddha emitted from the Guru Buddha's body, dissolve into your body. Instantaneously you yourself become Guru Buddha. So the light emitted from there, the minute that I touch all the beings they have been visualizing, touch them, instantaneously all of them achieve enlightenment. Replica of Guru Buddha emitted from Guru Buddha's body, dissolve into your body. Instantaneously, you yourself become Guru Buddha. Then light emitted from there. Moment that light touch all the beings that you've been visualizing throughout this practice. So instantaneously, all of them become enlightened and rejoice. Then develop strong aspirations to practice bodhicitta. From now on, develop strong aspirations to practice bodhicitta and engage in bodhisattva deed, such as his perfections, wholeheartedly. Generate strong aspirations to practice bodhicitta and engage in the bodhisattva deeds, such as his perfections. So now, to remove any obstacles, practice bodhicitta successfully and engage in the bodhisattva deed, all that, in order to remove all the obstacles for that practice. Not just that, increase bodhicitta, increase the aspirations, strong aspirations to engage in the bodhisattva deed. 4 immeasurable practice does that. 4 immeasurable practice does that. Remove obstacles to practice bodhicitta. And increase bodhicitta and remove the obstacle to practice bodhicitta. Then boost the strong aspirations to engage in the bodhisattva deed. 4 immeasurable practice does that. So now when you come out of these meditations, then you will realize in realities, all the beings that you've been visualizing around you, they are not enlightened, but all that happen in your visualizations. But in realities, they are still going through their own difficulties. So now, then you practice equanimity to help them, okay, for engage yourself into the practice of 4 immeasurable practice to help them, not just help them, also remove any obstacles due to be a success into bodhicitta practice, and not just that, also engaging yourself into bodhisattva deed sincerely, genuinely. So the longer version of the 4 immeasurable practice, we do that 3 times. So yes, not this is 4 immeasurable practice, not just simply saying the prayer. So this is like applying 4 immeasurable practice, doing 4 immeasurable practice. It's not just reciting them. Okay, so we'll do that now 3 times. So.
How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free from the closeness of attachment and the distance of hatred. May they abide in equanimity. I myself will cause them to abide in equanimity. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they have happiness in its causes. I myself will cause them to have happiness in its causes. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they be free from suffering and its causes. I myself will cause them to be free from suffering and its causes. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. May they never be separated from these. I myself will cause them never to be separated from these. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free from the closeness of attachment and the distance of hatred. May they abide in equanimity. I myself will cause them to abide in equanimity. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they have happiness in its causes. I myself will cause them to have happiness in its causes. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they be free from suffering and its causes. I myself will cause them to be free from suffering and its causes. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. May they never be separated from these. I myself will cause them never to be separated from these. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free from the closeness of attachment and the distance of hatred. May they abide in equanimity. I myself will cause them to abide in equanimity. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they have happiness in its causes. I myself will cause them to have happiness in its causes. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they be free from suffering and its causes. I myself will cause them to be free from suffering and its causes. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. May they never be separated from these. I myself will cause them never to be separated from these. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this.
So now, all the lamas, Buddhas, Bodhisattva, Dhaka, Dakini, Dharma protectors, dissolve into Lama, dissolve into Guru Buddha. Likewise, all the cloud that dissolve into the sky. All the Lama from profound lineage, method side of the teachings, profound lineage, method lineage, the blessing lineage, all the Lama whom you receive teachings, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattva, Dhaka, Dakini, Dharma protector, that all dissolve into Guru Buddha. Likewise, all the clouds dissolve into the sky. Guru Buddha dissolve through your third eyes into yourself. You receive all the blessings of body, speech, and mind. Your life is filled with the blessings. Oh yeah, now that complete the refugee practice. Mm, very good, wonderful. So now, Samula, please bring up. What time is it now? Oh, maybe we recite one round of Shajamuni Buddha mantra. Chant 7 times, so then recite silently one mala. Then maybe last 7 probably we can chant. Okay.
I'm sorry, how many did you want out loud?
To chant Samula 7 times,
7 times?
so then recite rest silently. So then maybe last 7 we'll chant again.
So how many do you want altogether? A mala?
Yeah, 1 mala.
Okay. Yata Om Mune Mune Mahamunaye Soha Teyata 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 Om Mune Mune Teyata mane mana soha.
Yeah, so now I'm on a dedication. So.
May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain a notion of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may these never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power and may people think of benefiting each other. For song as space remains, for song as sentient beings remain. Until then, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. And a long life prayer for His Holiness, in the land encircled by snow mountains. You are the source of all happiness and good, all powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso. Please remain until samsara ends. The one for Sarah J. Kensok Rinpoche, Jetsun Losan Dao. The one who mastered his speech at a very young age. The one with great patience who received the name Avatar. The one with great precision who spread the teachings. Lama Tsokapa on bliss and void. Lama, ornament of the yellow hat tradition. Please remain until samsara ends. And the long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. You uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjana's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers, honoring the three jewels, savior of myself and others, your disciples. Please, please live long. Mig me tsewe te chen chen desik. Vi me kempe wan champeyan gan chen pepe tsuken Papa Lozan Pape Soade Om Tare Tu Re Soha 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Excellent, very good. So have a good day. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Geshe-la.
Oh yeah, very
Thank
good.
you, Geshe-la.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Good
Thank
day.
you, Geshe-la.
Oh yeah, thank you, Lamala. Thank you very much.
And Lamala.